Hello everyone. For the CSC 518 final project, I'll be presenting immersive volume rendering. First of all, what exactly is volume rendering? It is a way to visualize 3D datasets. These datasets are comprised of voxels, which are typically intensity values. We map these intensity values to certain colors and opacities, and this mapping is called transfer function application. We obtain representations such as this after applying the transfer functions. Different transfer functions can help highlight different regions of interest and obtain different visualizations for the same volume. Next up, we have the silo. It is an immersive reality environment that we have here at SPO. It is in the shape of a cylinder with 21 columns and it has a near 360-degree field of regard. This video shows what silo looks like. My goal with this project was to create an end-to-end framework for visualizing and interacting with volumes in immersive environments like the silo. So in silo, we run multiple instances of the same application like this. All of these rectangles are different instances. So the first challenge was designing synchronized volume renderers that can display different parts of the scene based upon the position and the orientation of their particular instance. Next was building an intuitive interface that can combine everything related to volume rendering, such as navigation through the scene, transfer function application, parameter modification, as well as managing all the various different instances within the immersive environment. This is a basic overview of my architecture. I have a server, and then I have this front end where the users can interact. And the clients, which are the volume rendering instances, they will update based upon any input received from the front end. This is a quick demo showing the front end that was developed for this application. First, we have this free camera which can help us navigate through the volume. Please note that this interface was designed keeping touch controls in mind so that the user can use their left hand to move like this while pressing the up or the down button with their right hand. We also have an arc wall camera which can help the user navigate to the volume with just dragging on this particular area. I can also increase the camera movement speed, so that helps them. And then over here we have the transfer function application window, and I can increase or decrease the opacity of various pixels and obtain different renderings. I can also change the color by adding more color control points like this. I can also delete any control point as I see fit by selecting one and pressing this minus button. In addition, I can also delete any color points by clicking this minus button. I can also change the background. Over here, we have various other options like turning the shading on and off, changing the interpolation types, changing the blend modes as well. Next, over here, we have the client manager. We can see that I'm running 4 synchronized instances. All of those instances shows up over here. I can quickly launch the client configuration for any particular immersive environment from env dropdown. And then I can remove any instance and terminate it or terminate everything altogether right from here.
So here I'm orienting the volume using camera movements. Both the free camera movements and arc wall camera movements are used here. Now I'm applying a transfer function to reduce the opacity of the redundant pixels and thereby focus on just the skull. Now I'm adjusting the camera parameters to sort of go through the volume more fluidly, and now I'm just exploring the volume from the various views. Here we are going through the volume down the spinal cord and we're reaching the other side. I'll reset the position to get back to the initial volume view, and here I'm looking at it from various perspectives. Now the different volume rendering modes, composite, and then this is min intensity, max intensity, average intensity, additive, and finally the isosurface volume rendering mode. Right now I'm adding isosurface values. So I added the first isosurface value, which is that for the skin, and now I'm adding another isosurface value, and it's for the bone. Now I'm using the transfer function to adjust the opacity at each isosurface value. And as I apply the transfer functions, we can see how useful it is, because now we can see the skin and the bone present inside the skull separately. So that's one use for how transfer functions can really highlight various areas of interest in volume rendering. So now I'll see that the bone is being rendered clearly separately from the outside skin because their voxels have different intensity values. Finally, I can change the background as well, and that's what I'm doing over here. And at the end, I can just close out the prime.